how old were you, and what got you into wrestling, man? Like, what
Yeah,
was?
yeah. My dad wrestled previously, and actually, it's a long, kind of a long story. I don't know wherever you want to pick up, but so family immigrated from India,
Yeah.
and came over. You look different, you talk different, you act different, and but the sport of wrestling is a big deal in India, and so that was one thing that he recognized when he came over, and the family recognized, and much like say hockey here, that had great prestige back home. So my dad's the youngest of all his siblings, and so they all went to work in the sawmills in South Van there. And my grandpa and them and all the men worked and picked berries actually even before that. And they told him, hey, go do this wrestling thing and bring honor to the family. And that's sort of where it took off. And he liked it, and he didn't like to work. He liked that. So they all kind of sacrificed and let him do his thing. And so it was kind of already in the family. And, came over, with the family when we immigrated, one of the things. And then also back then, rough times for someone like that. And he got into a lot of fights and people in the family did. And so it was a one way to also for self-defense and that type of thing. So that's where our wrestling in the family started. And there's many, many stories and a lot of history there. And then I was sort of born into it. And, but I played football and basketball and all that, but I didn't like the team concept. I like to work hard and get my arm raised. And so I stuck with wrestling.
Seems like a tradition then, almost.
Yes and no. And there were positives and negatives to that. Yes,
Hmm.
because you carry that last name, especially within our community, and especially because you went to a high level. And no, because he didn't really want me to. He wanted me to be, because amateur wrestling is an amateur sport. He wanted me to be a pro football player, make that big money, that type of thing, and chase that. And he's like, I done this. My body's busted up, and go do something down that way. But like I said, I picked it eventually myself because I like the individual accountability in the sport. And I was good at it. I'm not saying I wasn't good at the other stuff, but that my competitiveness was better honed in this sport. And then there were expectations, and a lot of pressure and working through that, and having your dad as your coach, and there's a whole whack of things growing up.